up! So, it's me again. I did my talking video the other week, talking about my Strat. And a lot of people have commented that they would like to see a bit more of me talking and less of my crotch. So that's what I'm aiming for today. I don't really know what to talk about on these videos, to be fair, so I have been asking around. And I've got some ideas. So today's video is going to be me talking about me, which I find a little bit egotistical, but apparently people will be interested in it. So if you're interested, stick around and I'll tell you a little bit about the bands that I'm playing with. If you're not interested, that's absolutely fine. We'll just see how this video goes down. So before I get into that, I'd just like to take a minute to appreciate my wall of vinyl behind me. So we're in a slightly different room to usual. I'm not in the music room, I'm in the living room for basically Katie's not here, so I can do a video down in the living room and it's a little bit tidier. But also another reason, I'm going through the process of moving house, and unfortunately this weekend the wall of vinyl needs to come down. So I thought it'd be quite good just to get it on film once before that happens. So you can see some of the records I've got behind me. There's some slightly controversial ones, like the Nugent. There's a couple of Ted Nugent ones. I mean, they are good albums. He's just a bit of a knob. Yeah, that's my wall of vinyl. So before Katie moved in, I had vinyl all over the house in frames. I do play the vinyl as well, it's not just there to look pretty. But I had vinyl, some rare vinyls in frames going up the stairs and all around this room. And slowly she's taken them down and replaced them with girly things. So, yeah. Anyway, the wall of vinyl. So, talk about me. So my name is Jack. Or is it? I live in Harrogate, North Yorkshire. I'm 31 and I am a guitarist, or I try to be a guitarist. Currently I play with 5 bands, so I'll give you a brief overview of each of those bands. But before I do that, it should sort of go some way to explain how random some of the uploads are that I do on Facebook and YouTube. Basically, I'm way past the point of thinking what's cool with music and what's not cool. Because I'm with so many different bands, I get asked to learn different types of songs. And I try to pick up something from everything that I listen to. And I'm particularly interested in session musicians. So, you know, one day I might be doing, and it is my sort of era of music, is like Deep Purple and Free and all that classic rock, blues type stuff. But it might be the next day that I'm doing like Amy Winehouse or Elvin Bishop or just whatever. I like all music. I do see being a musician as a little bit like any other profession, really. So, no disrespect meant to anyone when I say this, but a plumber, for example, if you called a plumber over to your house to repair something, I don't know anything about plumbing before I get any further into this. But if you invited a plumber over and they said, I can't work on that, I only do U-bends. Like I said, I don't know anything about plumbing. You'd be a bit disappointed, and that's the way that I see myself as a musician. I don't like to be put into any situation where I can't play. So I try to learn a bit of everything. I try to learn a bit of funk, rock, well, particularly rock because that's what I like, but jazz, country, Americana, whatever it is. I just want to be the most versatile musician I can. So that is why my video uploads are quite random. So let me tell you about the bands. So the first band I'm going to tell you about is New City Beat. So they are based out of West Yorkshire. That was the first band that I joined, and they're a covers function-y type band. Done some cool gigs with them. Went to Germany in 2015. Going back to Germany with them in 2019. It's a 5-piece that basically do everything from Guns N' Roses to Dusty Springfield. It's whatever the gig calls for, really. So they have quite a vast repertoire of songs, and that's what got me into all the sort of versatility, I suppose. So they're the first band. The second band, and you will have seen me post many times on Facebook about him, Mr. Tom Kilner. I love the guys from the Tom Kilner band. It's a bit of a funny story, actually, how I came to play with Tom. One of our mutual friends, Dave Harrison. Right, Dave, hope you're doing well in Spain. Dave told me about Tom and had seen him at a guitar show and said, you need to check this guy out. But it just so happened Tom was playing a gig at the Blues Bar in Harrogate. So I went along to see him, was impressed and started talking to him. And we just stayed in touch. And from there, got together, had some jams. And then he just asked me one day, do I want to play on the live album as part of a 5-piece band? Which was a dream come true for me. For those of you who don't know, Tom was signed to quite a big label at a very early age. Cleopatra Records, based in LA, and that's who the live album is under. And they've had some ridiculous artists on. They've released records under like B.B. King and Bob Marley before. Eric Gales was one of their artists. So yeah, quite a few big names on there. So yeah, I did the 5-piece thing. I don't play every gig with Tom. I only do the 4-piece or 5-piece gigs. It sort of depends what's called for. But yeah, everyone in the band, very talented. Love that gig. Like I say, same with the previous band, I've done some amazing gigs with Tom. Highlights for me, Maryport Blues Festival, which I might do a separate video on at some point. And HRH from the other week, that was an amazing experience. Yeah. So next up, Dory and the Outlaws. So Dory messaged me wanting to get a guitarist / band together to do some country Americana stuff. I do quite like country and Americana. So I told her I would get the band together. So it's Jamie Hetherington on bass, my brother on bass, does loads of bass work with me, does Jamie, excellent player. And it's relatively new as the band, but we are getting some quite good gigs. So in May this year we're playing at Bearded Theory Festival, opening one of the main stages. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, so quite an exciting future for Dory and the Outlaws, I think. Next up, so I have a blues trio, which has gone under various stupid names in the past. So we've been Panama Jack and the Barnstormers, Panama Jack and the Muffin Makers. Stupid names. I never promote any gigs for my blues trio, just simply because I haven't got time to do it. I would love to do more blues gigs. So that's Jamie Hetherington on bass again with that. The drummer's interchangeable. The next gig that I've got with them is in September, and it's a private party, and that's normally what I'm doing. It's usually when someone approaches me asking for some blues at some sort of event. So yeah, hopefully in the next 12 months I'll get some more gigs with them, and you might see me doing a bit more sort of vocals as well. I do sing in Dory and the Outlaws, quite a few people don't know that. But I try to keep the songs that I sing down to a minimum. If you heard me sing, you'd realise why. And finally, the fifth band, which I'm not a full-time member of, I do some debt work for them, is Sarah Collins and Keep the Faith. It was like a dream come true getting to play with those guys. 9-piece band, they're just insane. So yeah, I'm only depping for the current guitarist at the moment with them, but love those gigs. If you don't know who they are, go check out Sarah first of all. If you type in any song on YouTube followed by vocal cover, can almost guarantee Sarah's face is going to pop up. That might be a slight exaggeration, but she does have a large YouTube following and a big following on Facebook as well. So go check her out. Excellent singer. The entire band are excellent. I won't go into everybody in the band because it is a 9-piece band. It's a big band. Yeah, so those are the bands that I'm currently playing with, but I also do some other stuff on the side occasionally. Basically, I try to be out playing this as much as possible, so the more gigs I can get, the better. So if anybody does need a depth guitarist, do bear me in mind. Between those bands, I'm probably having to recall maybe, I don't know, dare to hazard a guess, 250, 300 songs maybe. So it is quite intense already, but I enjoy it obviously. So yeah, so that's it. That's a little bit about the bands that I play with. If you have any ideas on what you would like me to talk about on future videos, then please do just let me know. I hope this one has been mildly entertaining. So enjoy your weekend, guys. I've got a Friday night off and Katie's not here, so I'm gonna get smashed. See you later. Hey up! So it's me again.